One is the Jason and the compliance team. So they got just a flood of people. We love you all, and a flood of people that turned in a bunch of transactions all at once. And we've been like buried in compliance review for quite some time. And Jason sent me a celebratory email last night, and we hit the number 0 for the first time in a long time. And so thank you, Jason, and your team for doing that and making that a priority. As I've said before, our intention is to review your files as fast as possible. And now that we've gotten to 0, we can maintain that as long as you all do your part and help us. And what that means is you're turning your files in for compliance once they're complete, not the day of closing or the day before closing or the weekend before closing. Like, turn them in when they're complete. If something changes, change it, upload it, resubmit it. We'd rather review a resubmitted file than review a whole file, like we're on the way to a 5-alarm fire, in order to get you paid on time, because it's all a system that works together, right? And when we all work together, we all achieve together, and we all achieve faster. And I've already seen evidence of that as we're reviewing files. You're turning them in faster. You're getting rewarded for that. I can see some of you have those little check boxes in your head that you love perfection and you love the approved folder box. If you're not that person, let's talk about getting you some transaction leverage, because you might need that person in your life. And we want to do everything we can to help you succeed at a high level. And with the rate of what's happening right now in the real estate commission, and files being complained about, we need access to those files. So most importantly, to protect you and to limit risk, we need those files as soon as they're complete, not the day before closing. Because if Jason gets a phone call, he needs to be able to look that file up and answer questions without having to call someone and ask for the file. So please help us in that as we help you get paid quickly and timely. It has been wonderful to cut checks every day, as much as it is overwhelming. We had, I think it was $125,000 deposit last Wednesday. You all were ahead of the game. Your compliance was done. Your commission requests were in on time. And we were able to send out almost every commission check we had on Wednesday before the holiday weekend. So check in by noon. In by noon, it's paid the same day. We're not direct depositing yet. We're close, I promise. I keep saying next week, and then the bank tells us something else. And I keep saying next week. And so I'm not going to put a date on it today. Maybe that means it'll happen faster. And our intention is to be ACHing as fast as possible. Yet we are cutting paper checks same day as long as the check is in by noon. Compliance is clear. Commission has been submitted. Checks cut the same day. And referral checks are mailed out the same day. So just so you all know, that's happening. And it's exciting to see. As much as I love receiving the money, I love sending the majority of it right back out the door to you all, because that's what causes me to do what I do and enjoy doing what I do. So
the rule is that if we see it within 3 days of signature.
There's the state rule for you. 3 days of it being signed, Jason needs to be seeing it. So, all right, any other bucket fills in the room? No? Y'all are quiet today. They fed y'all good for lunch. Some announcements, things coming up. PB&J, we're off this month in team meeting. So you are having PB&J today. So those of you that are provisional brokers, or that is open to everybody. So even if you're no longer provisional broker, you're still welcome to come to that today from 2 to 3. And that is via Zoom. Career night is tonight. There's also a virtual option for that. Daniel can help with that. Career night is an opportunity for you to introduce people to the field of real estate and get them into real estate school at no cost to them. Our K-Score program is up and running, and it runs very well, and they don't have to pay to go to school. It is an online, all self-paced course, yet they get a scholarship to go at no cost to them. So take advantage of that and use it to also help you grow your profit share as well. Sam.
The website right there, but we get a lot of calls on, well, I get a lot of calls on agent on duty.
Yeah.
People inquiring, do we give them that?
That would be perfect. LearnToRealEstate.com/enroll.
Yeah, don't do that. No.
You give them an email, give them K-Score 832.
Okay.
But this website is even better.
And can I just say real quick on that too?
if somebody is interested in joining, you take their information. You type it into that website. That way, in a month or two, you can follow back up and be like, hey, how are classes going? And whenever they become a KW agent, they'll put you down as the sponsor and you'll be the profit share beneficiary and.
Yep.
So there's no reason, like, if you just give that website, you just gave away money.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, so if you're agent on duty or you're talking to anybody, you want to make sure that your name is attached to that person. We will do our best to honor that lead. We cannot guarantee that. We'll do our best to honor it. Meaning that if they ended up calling us, but their cousin is an agent in Pennsylvania, they could name their cousin in Pennsylvania, right? We can't control who they name. We can limit them from naming us as leadership though, as long as your name's attached to it. So FYI. We do everything we can to protect that and can't guarantee it. So anybody in this room gone through K-Score? You were a K-Score agent? 3 of you. Awesome. So 3 people in this room went through this program. Did that remove a barrier for you getting into the industry?
100%.
Yeah. So that's why it was created. This program was created when we added the E to the Y4C2Ts. Equity, opportunities for all. This is one of our equity programs because there are people that are limited from getting in the industry because there's barriers to entry. And it was a removal of a barrier to put everybody on the same playing field. So that's why K-Score was created. Use it. It's an opportunity. It's a tool for you and for other people to change lives. 6 personal perspectives. Karen's been teaching through this. The 5th perspective is coming up July 30th from 9 to 10 here in the training center. Remove your limiting beliefs. We'll be wrapping that series up in August on August 13th. Yeah, the 13th. In perfect timing to, I'm going to go back to those other 2 slides. They weren't there earlier. In perfect timing to lead us up to Bold. How many of you have taken Bold before? How many of you know I'm a Bold coach? I'm not going to be your Bold coach. However, do me one solid and come take Bold, right? Let's make us look good and show up. We weren't supposed to have Bold until October, and some things happened because I believe the best for you, and I want the best for you, and I believe all Bold coaches are good, and yet we got a Bold coach assignment for October that I wasn't proud of, and so I fired our October Bold coach, and the only way I could get us Bold this year was to have it in August. So we're still getting Bold with a coach that's going to come in and kill it and bring some energy. She's from Midland, Texas. Her name is Jessie Willman. She's going to do her best to join us for the first team meeting in August in person so that you get to meet her before Bold. And yet she's a spitball of energy, lots of fun, and has been the director of operations for a massive mega agent team in Midland, Texas, has been the team leader of a market center in Midland, Texas, is a market center owner, and has multiple streams of revenue and is just passionate about changing people's lives and bringing the Bold program. So mark your calendars. Thursday, August 22nd is first step to Bold. If finances might be a barrier to entry for Bold, let one of us know on the leadership team so that we can start working on a plan with you, because it is a life-changing program that some of you in this room, it is key to your success as an agent. And if you've not taken it yet, it's an opportunity to continue to grow. If you're like, you know what, Bold's not for me, come talk to me, because I used to say the same thing. And yet it's now a program that I do because I see lives transformed. So let's have a conversation about it. Awesome opportunity. And it's happening here in the market center. So it'll be in the training center. So you don't have to travel to another city, somewhat centrally located for most of you. Let me go back. Save the date, survey seminar. More details coming soon, August 1st, 9:30 to 11. What is a survey seminar? Who put this on here?
It's just a survey. There's a seminar about surveys.
Surveyor.
Yeah.
So a surveyor is coming. There you go. Y'all, this was not on the slides like 45 minutes ago, and I'm like, what is this class? Let's call it a survey lunch and learn, if you will, but it's in the morning, right? So there's no lunch. A surveyor is coming to talk all things surveys, and answer any questions you have about getting land surveyed, not taking a survey.
Hi, this one.
Okay.
And then here we go, a tax lunch and learn. What type of taxes?
There's an accounting firm out of Greensboro coming to talk about all things real estate taxes.
Okay.
They help you set up your business. They offer two versions. This one is that you started. There's another advanced one that
Love it.
once you build your business and you're up and running, tax how to, what to, keep you compliant.
Love it. So come join Karen in the morning for removing limiting beliefs, right? Yeah, no. Be accountable. That's right. 2 sessions from now for be accountable, and then stay for the tax lunch and learn some probably, I don't like calling them loopholes, some tax efficiencies or advantages for your business. It is the week of mega camp. We'll be bringing other tax things in though. So, yeah, I'm with you. Kittery Central picnic potluck. I went to Jamie about 45 minutes ago and the culture committee and said, so I didn't realize the potluck was on a Thursday and I scheduled first day of Bold that day. So we're shifting the potluck. Some of you didn't even know that was happening yet. So on or around the 21st of August, we're working on details with City of Burlington for that. The homeowner insurance versus title insurance, that's been rescheduled to October. You'll see more details on that. Let's get into some other things. NAR settlement update. They recently did another open house video from corporate, so you can access that on KW Connect, or by going to command and clicking connect. There's a video, there's a 1-page guide, and there's some frequently asked questions. This is on the national level. We'll be working on some more local stuff coming from, I'm sure, the North Carolina Real Estate Commission and the MLSs that you're a part of, as they begin to roll out what rules they're going to change and what they're going to impose as well. It's gonna be great and it's all gonna be okay. And we've all made it through changes before and it's just some changes. We're gonna be fine.
I'd like to ask a question. For anyone that has listed, a property where sellers are not, paying the buyer side commission, raise your hand.
Anybody had a seller not pay commission yet? No. Okay.
Well, they're technically changed, but
Yeah, but I've seen other.
So-
comments that sellers have already asked.
I'm sure you're gonna start seeing some of that. And we're working on putting some content on the calendar to make sure we're having conversations around changing our conversation so that we're setting ourselves up and our clients up for success on both sides. So we are working on that, putting some stuff on the calendar.
Do we have, decisions made from leadership as far as what the firm's position will be on the different parcels?
Well, we don't fully know all those implications yet, and yet we're gonna follow the guidelines of the MLS and the Real Estate Commission and NAR. So exactly where we're gonna be able to advertise commissions, what those things look like, we don't fully know yet. That's rolling out and we'll be working on that.
So what are we looking like with, looks like a couple of them are holding out and not wanting the settlement. So how are we making changes and they could they relitigate it or what are we looking at with them not wanting to settle now?
so that would be on them. We are in a settlement that's been preliminarily agreed to.
Yep.
Right, but they're holding out now, there's multiple ones that don't want to settle.
And that
they
won't,
would have to pay the $5 billion.
that won't affect KW.
Right. So
As far as we're concerned, KW is still moving forward with the settlement.
Yeah.
So that won't change anything as far as you're concerned as a KW agent.
Yeah,
If you were- Yeah, so if you were one of the brokerages that's deciding to not settle or wanting to pull out, then those people are at risk of a number of things. What those details are, we don't know, because we've not really been in that conversation due to the fact that we are still moving forward with settling.
And the 17th is the magic day on the court calendar. That implementation happens of the rules they've agreed to settle to August 17th. The final agreement, ironically, is my birthday, 11/26. So it will go into implementation on August 17th, which is a new date for you all. It was earlier. And they kicked it back. And the final settlement and closeout and everything else will be 11/26.
Yep. Everybody good on that? I think I've asked this question before, and before I dive into this, I want to ask a different question. How many of you, by show of hand, have been in the business less than a year? Few of you. How many between 1 year and a day and 3 years? 3 to 6? 6 plus. Okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I was reading the room right and the people in the room. How many of you have taken Value Squared when it was offered online? Okay. I wish more of you had. And I'm working on getting an instructor here in October to teach it in person. In the meantime, Robbie's looking at me like you are. In the meantime, all of the Value Squared curriculum is available to you on Connect. Most of Connect is migrating right now from the old horribly organized kwconnect.com to your command site. So if you log into command up at the top, the second tab is Connect. You click on Connect, you can get to all the Value Squared content there. We're going to watch a quick video from Jason, and then we'll talk more about it. Yes, Jason Abrams.
Want to have more repeat referral business? I interview real estate agents, the top ones all over the world. And you know what they all tell me? Value is the key. And they're right. Every time you enter somebody's living, what you've done is you've entered the arena of value. And real estate agents that articulate it the best, those are the ones that win most consecutively. Not only that, but to have a career worth owning and not just a good year demands that you are an expert at knowing the value that you provide and making sure that that proposition is in lockstep with what the consumer of today wants. And friends, I'm here to tell you, there's a misunderstanding about what they want. That's what we unpack in this course. How do you create your value proposition? How do you build trust both before, after, and during the transaction? How do you then go present your value proposition? And most importantly, how do you then stay in relationship for the rest of time with them, earning repeat and referral business? Gary Keller and Jay Papasan wrote the book on residential real estate. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. They came together to do the interviews that created this class. The three of us together present it in a way that you can understand it and work through on your own during it. We're going to prepare you for the challenge of today's marketplace.
Our industry is about having knowledge, demonstrating that knowledge, and then using that knowledge in a way that helps people make great decisions that are best for them.
This course is a timely one. It wasn't written 5 years ago. It was written 90 days ago, and it has the information that you need to thrive today.
If you deliver a core service in a way that uniquely helps the seller or the buyer make more money, save more time, but that becomes something you can market to get more leads.
By the end of this course, you are going to be a value expert. Welcome to Value Squared.
If you're one of the ones that has taken the class, the content is there if you want to go download it and revisit it. If you haven't taken the class, the content is there. Go look at it, read through it. We'll be bringing it in person in October. I would encourage you not to wait till October to engage with it. The things we're talking about with the NAR settlement and the things going on, move away from that mic. The things going on with the settlement and changes to commission, this is going to help you combat that. It's talking about how you bring value to the conversation. It's talking about how you present your value to make sure you're getting what you're worth. Right? These numbers are important. Do you all want to lose commission? I don't think so. No matter what percentage rate you agree to work for, don't let it be dwindled even more because of the market. Don't let the market dictate your value. Don't let, most importantly, the news media dictate your value. Because what are they going to do? They're devaluing it. They're selling stories, right? The media is out there doing their best to rip us apart and rip apart our industry. And yet it's our job to go tell the story and provide the value that puts the media in a different spot. Let's go check the media. Let's go show them who we really are as agents. Let's show up with our value and be so loud about it that they can't help but tell the story that we bring. We have the ability to change the direction, to change the story, and to write a new one right now. And you can be key to that. Let's not be the victim. Let's choose to overcome. And let's push forward and let's go put our value out there. We all in? Oh, I got a hell yeah. Like, let's go do it because you're capable of that. You're showing you value that because you're showing up in this room. So let's go. Yeah. And telling, as Jason said, an accurate story. Market snapshots are available on the KWRI YouTube channel. This is a national market snapshot. These are done every month by Jen Lewis and Ruben Gonzalez, our head economist. We're not watching right now. Oh, I need to stay here. How many of you are going to Mega Agent Camp in August? Only a few of us. I'm a little sad. And we'd love for you to join us. It's not too late. Hotel block is open until July 27th. It is August 12th through 15th. They've added masterminds on the end of it for agent-specific roles. It is also the last one in Austin, Texas for at least 3 years. So if you're an Austin, Texas fan, this is an opportunity to go to Austin, come enjoy some barbecue with us and maybe some Austin, Texas tacos, or the piano bar, either way. Don't hesitate to join us. It's not too late. And yet I also understand the market we're living in. As much as I'd love for you all to be there, I also want you to make a decision that's in line with your business and play red light, green light appropriately with your revenue. So if you're not making revenue, obviously we're not spending money, right? We're watching our expenses. And yet, if you're in a position to go, I would encourage you to be there. Always an excellent time. How many of you are listening to this? We talk about it every month. How many of you are listening to this podcast? Not enough of you. And I'm pointing fingers right now, even though I'm not pointing a finger at you. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent Podcast, y'all. How many of you get tired of the way you've lead generated or get tired of a lead gen method? Right? How many of you want to discover something new that brings you some passion and excitement? This is full of every idea you need. Valerie said it's like Mega Camp on podcasts. It really is. Every week on Monday, there's a new episode released. It is my Monday morning routine. On my way to the office, I listen to the recently dropped episode. If you're like me, I don't like to listen to things that are slow because I get bored. You can speed it up. I listen to it on 1.5 to 1.75. And I knock out a 50-minute episode in about 30 minutes. And that's just the way I digest information. If you need it to be slower, you can slow it down to 0.75.
You understand Jason any faster.
I'm not in it for Jason. I'm in it for the other people talking. Jason is a phenomenal guide to guide people in telling their story. And I think it was 2 weeks ago. I can't remember her name now. Mega Agent sells 100 houses a year. She has a team. Their goal is also to all sell. The VIP program. Yep. She has built a VIP program. How many people do you think, those of you that haven't listened, no cheaters, how many people are in her VIP program to help her sell 100 houses a year? 2, 10, 40, 50, 5, 20, it's 50. She has 50 people that feed her on average 2 pieces of business per year, and that's how she closes her 100 deals. Every year, she reevaluates her VIP list. And if there's someone on her VIP list that didn't help her grow her business, guess what happens? They're not on the VIP list anymore. Who do you think the people are that are on her VIP list? Businesses, past clients, maybe. Surprisingly, not as many past clients as you would think. Vendors, maybe, depends on the vendor. Friends, some friends. It's mostly movers and shakers in the city that she wants to be impactful in. It's council members, it's business owners, it's CEOs, it's heads of HR, it's people that know people. So if you're one of those people in the room that is like, I don't have a database, or I don't like calling my database, let's go build you a database of 50 that you feel passionate about communicating with, that are impact players. And all you have to do every month is communicate with 50 people at a high level.
Should make it last year.
She was at Mega Camp on stage, I
remember
believe.
this
Yeah,
story, and I think they have a playbook for it.
probably. I think there is a playbook for you. She's so that was Monday a week ago episode. It was the week July 1st episode, I believe. They're all phenomenal. If you have time, go back and listen to them from day one. If you don't have time, start from today and go listen to the old ones as you can. They've been every week since October. So you're at about 30-ish episodes right now.
That says 36 on one of them.
Yeah. Episode 36 with Jen. So we're in like the high 30s, low 40s. They're anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes. I didn't used to be a podcast person. This is one I don't miss. And some weeks I listen to it. I'm like, yeah, that's not my style. I would never do that if I was still producing. There are some of these people that I go, I need to remember that one, because if I ever go back into production, that's what I'm going to go do. Remember, it's not about lead generating 30 different ways. It's about finding the 1 or 2 lead generation ways that work for you, that bring you joy.
Mondays is about,
Yep.
like, are we really putting enticing offers out there to make someone happy?
What's a MOFR stand for? We love our acronyms. Make offer for immediate response. Part of the Shift book. How many of you have read Shift? We have some in the office. If you need one, come buy one from Rivers. She'll put it on your agent bill. It's a book you should be reading right now. We'll start diving into Shift tactics over the next couple weeks. We're going to talk about K-score. This is, congratulations to you. This is a bucket fill that should have been earlier, yet I wanted to save it. KW Cares in the month of May, we blew our goal out of the water, by the way. I think we came like close to $1,800. Our goal was $870. The company's goal was $287. We raised $357,000+ in the month of May for KW Cares. So hats off to you. Thank you for being culture changers and helping make that happen. You never know the impact you're going to make by doing this. Also, you're one of 168 market centers that met the goal of 870. There are over 850 market centers, y'all. So it's sad and it's exciting that you're one of the ones leading the charge. Keep doing what you're doing, telling your story, and let's invite other people on the journey. Yep.
I was on culture at my last center, and one thing that I encourage people to do, just to make it super easy to do KW Cares, and I've made it a habit, and I've kind of gotten away from the past few trends, but on every transaction, I round down. So if it's 3750, I take the 50 off, and I make it 3700. So, and then I give that, you never miss it, because it never hits your bank account. And then it's just, sometimes it's $4, sometimes it's $97. They get what they get, because that's my process.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like over $500 one year,
Yeah.
$600.
I love that.
It adds up fast, but you don't miss it.
Nope. So there's a way to do that, right? Round down. You can do the same thing with giving to our Sunshine Fund as well.
Will you go back to the one slide? What I find interesting, 2,400 donors, and how many agents are there?
There's 180,000 plus across the world. Yeah. So there's opportunity for us to grow. And this is just unique to this giving campaign. Some of you give on your closings and give in other ways and other times throughout the year. So this is not unique to the program as a whole. If you are one of those people that wants to set it and forget it, you can do that. We can set that up for you. Send an email to the MCA email. the KLRW 832 email, and we can set up an automatic deduction that takes $1, $5, $10 off every closing, and it just automatically goes. So-
You don't miss it.
You
And-
don't. at
Yeah,
all.
you won't even know it's gone if, some people $5, some people $50, everybody's different. I would challenge you to check yourself and who you are and how you give there. Because it makes a big impact, and you never know when you might be the one that needs one of these grants. I had an agent in Columbia receive $27,000 in the month of January after her husband was out of work for 3 months from a horrific car accident. Like, you never know when you're gonna be the one that needs it. I'm gonna skip this video and talk about it. Founders Day for KW Next Gen. You'll see more info about this in the Facebook group. The campaign ends on July 22nd. This is our other program. KW Next Gen is the one that runs Quantum Leap for Kids. And that's a free program for children that is run across the nation. So you'll see more about that in the Facebook group. Let's jump into some department updates. One of the things I want to talk about briefly, and this is I'm putting my team leader hat on. My team leader update is, I've heard different people across the room. Some of you in the room, some of you not in the room, saying that business is amazing, right? There's plenty out there. I'm doing really well. And I've heard on the other end, business is a struggle. I'm not sure where my next deal is coming from. And some of you haven't closed a deal yet this year. No matter where you are right now, we did a mid-year reset 2 weeks ago. Some of you were in the room. It's time to put the stake in the ground. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's take a moment to reevaluate what's our goal, what's the goal we set, and how do we get there by the end of the year? And we talked about this morning on our leadership call. For those of you who don't know, our leadership team meets every morning at 8:30 to talk about you in the best light possible. And one of the things we talked about this morning is we're working on how do we become the market center? How do we become the brokerage of choice for everybody? And it's about the little things. And so I would encourage you to read this book for you too. I got this last Wednesday. I'm almost done with it. Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara, The Remarkable Power of Giving People More Than They Expect. And I had one of the best coaches in KW tell me a couple years ago that in order to be the most innovative in real estate, some of you have heard this story multiple times now last week. In order to be the most innovative in real estate, we need to go look at what other industries are doing that are being innovative and then take those things and apply them to our business. Will Guidara is a Michelin star award-winning chef from New York City, or not chef, restaurateur. And there's a couple quotes I want to read to you. And this is, when you create a hospitality first culture, everything about your business improves. Whether that means finding and retaining great talent, turning customers into raving fans, or increasing your profitability. Hospitality is a selfish pleasure. It feels great to make other people feel good. How many of you got into the business because you wanted to help other people? And some of you got into the business because you wanted to make a lot of money and you found out you like to help other people in the process. Maya Angelou quoted, and this is often misquoted, people will forget what you do, they'll forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. All right, one more. When you work in hospitality, and I believe that whatever you do for a living, you can choose to be in the hospitality business. You have the privilege of joining people as they celebrate the most joyful moments in their lives and a chance to offer them a brief moment of consolation and relief in the midst of their most difficult ones. Most important, we have an opportunity, a responsibility to make magic in a world that desperately needs more of it. This is a book written about a restaurant. Did that sound like a restaurant to you? It sounds like an opportunity for us to do the little things. And sometimes the little things is as simple as taking this out of our pocket and calling the people that we know, like, and trust, and that know, like, and trust us. How many of you were in the business when COVID happened? What was one of the first things we did when COVID happened? Care calls. What do you think's happened as we've come out of COVID? Care calls have stopped happening. Are care calls still important? Yes. Nothing changes, y'all. You have a reason every day to pick up the phone and call people because it's the little things. It's the hospitality. It's learning about where they're at so that you can make magic moments happen. And I guarantee you, if you pick up your phone and just start calling people, not about real estate, just start calling people. What are you going to find? You're going to find opportunity, right, Christy? Like the business is there. The last thing you want to see is that Facebook announcement where someone has to console you now because they went and bought with another agent or listed with another agent. Right? We have an opportunity. It's right before us. It's about finding the ways to get in front of those people that we already know, like, and trust. It's not about cold calling for sale by owners. If that's your thing, that's great. I love it. It's not mine. Right? Maybe it's building your VIP program. Pick up the phone and start calling people you know to connect you to the VIPs that you want on your list. 50 might sound daunting. Start with 10. My challenge to you is to pick something, be consistent and go do it. And if you don't know what to pick or where to start, go see Karen, Mike, and Amanda Lynn. Nice little segue there. Thanks, Jim. Because we want you to succeed at the highest level. And we're going to do everything we can to help you with that. So before I give it to the PC program for an update, 2 last things for you. Well, 3, I guess. Value Squared is coming October. I don't have a date yet. As soon as I have it, I'll get it to you. The reason October is I don't want Value Squared to be a distraction for you while you're in Bold. Bold will finish the first week of October. So FYI. There will be
A location?
here
Oh, it's gonna be on Thursday.
Thursdays. Yeah. It's the only day we can make work to get Bold. We're going to do a lead generation mastermind on July 22nd from 1 to 2:30 here in the training room. It's a Monday afternoon. Bring your questions. I'm going to lead it. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to talk about whatever sources come up in the room. We're going to toss out ideas. We're going to talk about personalities. Who are you? Let's help each other find the way that works for you. That's the goal of that one that day. That is 7/22 from 1 to 2:30.
They're gonna be recorded by chance.
Masterminds are not recorded. Only because it's too hard to get a visible voice in the room. 1 to 2:30. It'll be on the training calendar. You'll see communication come out about it. It literally went on the calendar this morning, which is why there's no advertisement on the screen. Buyer consults. With the change in things and how people are going to have to talk differently, right? We're changing the conversation we have. We're going to do a buyer consultation class panel. Not sure fully what it looks like, but we're putting it on the calendar, so we're committed to it. Thank you, Maria, for holding me accountable to doing things like that. 8/8, August 8th, 10 to 12. August 8th, 10 to 12. So we'll talk all things buyer consult. What's it look like to do a full buyer consult? How do you show your value? Get the agency agreement signed before you ever go show them a house, which by law you're supposed to do, whether you do it or not. All right. Yes, Tammy.
Because I think open houses are gonna be, people are gonna start coming to open houses.
Mhm.
Because they don't wanna sign that buyers. I think.
Yeah.
But can we not like make them sign it at open house?
You could. Who says you couldn't?
But you don't have to.
No, you don't have to, but
I think it's gonna be a loophole, but then, you know.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know that many people are that smart. Yeah.
Question, I've been reluctant to do open houses and houses where people are still living because I've had the problem of things being stolen. And I've just done them in empty houses, so I just wondered if anybody else had had that problem. I actually have a listing in, Greensboro that out in the Gilbert College area. And, one of the professors, lived there and, was a townhouse, and I had like a gang, a group of 6 people.
Hmm.
And I tried to show them around as a group, but they all went off in different directions.
Oh, wow.
And the lady had jewelry stolen and medication stolen because I was going her to them by myself.
Team up with someone.
Yeah, I think that's something to have a deeper discussion about than we could probably have right now. And yet, if you have that house that's like that isn't packed up,
Make sure you let your clients know that they need to
Yep.
lock up.
like, yeah, have your seller clients
Damn,
make them aware as a seller client, right? Because who keeps a buyer's agent from showing someone that they walk in and their buyers walk around the house and do the same thing, right? So part of it is put that in your listing expectations of, hey, these are some things you need to do to protect yourself, and invite someone else to come along with you on your open house. Invite a new agent to go with you and shadow you that is still learning. Yeah. But thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. All right. PC update.
Just real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the agents in the PC program. This morning, I was so excited to walk in because those of you that know me know that I typically like hold to a high level of accountability. And I was so excited to walk in. We're working on value proposition. If you don't have one, might be a good time for you to talk to one of us about the coaching program. Just to see that they actually did it. I mean, it was like the coolest thing, and good. I mean, I'm sorry, but
That's good.
I mean, like off the chart, fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call you out, Katrina, because it was great. I'm gonna put you in your uncomfort zone over here. But everybody was great, and the energy around it was great too, because guess what that did? Building that value proposition has also built their confidence as well, because now they know what they're selling, right? Because we have to be a salesperson first to sell ourselves before we can sell them any real estate. So I just wanted to give a shout out on that.
It was awesome. My favorite part was we're all realtors. We all kind of be dentists. We all do the same thing, work on teeth. But we all bring something completely different. We have somebody that's military. We have people that went to Carolina. We have people that are Alamance County born and bred. Great, is the only person. We all have something awesome that is our individual thing we bring to real estate, and that was cool seeing. I don't know what they've done. You have something that nobody else has on yours, so that was cool. Another thing, we have 2 people with their first listings. Jean Garza. I think she's in the office. Sabrina. So that was awesome.
Awesome.
The only thing I had to add is each of the ones that we listened to this morning were all individualized to them. None of them were exactly the same. Yours is gonna be different as well. I've already told Katrina I'm gonna steal some of hers, so, just because it was that much better than what we did, it was awesome.
Alright, rip off and duplicate.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
There's an idea in this room.
I love it. Thanks, y'all.
Anything we can do for you? Got the power of 3.
I love it. Thank you, PC program. I already gave you my MCA update. I'm gonna put that hat on quickly. Keep doing what you're doing. Get your compliance done, get your commissions turned in. We're gonna get you paid fast. And we're gonna continue to grow in that area. If there's anything we're missing, please let us know, because we want to make sure that we're attentive to that. We are working on a replacement. We're interviewing a handful of candidates right now. I believe one of them will be our future MCA. So we hope to have that position filled in the next month-ish. So be on the lookout for that. We're excited for that, to continue to provide a high level of service to you. Jason, it's all you.
I'm enjoying Mike in the morning, right?
There you go.
Come on, Mike in the morning live from KW Central. So, hey, I know there's a lot going on, y'all. It's, and the other thing too, you heard me say this. They may listen to national news, but they get their weather forecast local. And who is the local expert? It's not CNN, it's not Fox, it's not whatever that may be. It's not out of New York. What I wore today was based upon the 100-degree day here, not something I heard on the news this morning. So make sure that you become the local expert with what you know and what you're experienced with. Hey, so you had to renew your license to be able to practice for another year as of the 30th of June. We sent you several reminders, not only me, but the state did. If you didn't renew, you even got one individualized that said, hey, you didn't renew. And now if you have forgotten to renew, what do you do now? Step-by-step instructions, you go to www.ncrec.gov, click login under the far right, sign in with your state ID and password. That's usually your 6-digit number if you're not been in real estate more than 25 years. It may be a 5-digit. And then it's usually the last four of your social. Is how it was originally set up unless you changed it. And then you click the very first one that says reinstate your license. And there is, you just do the $45, which was already due. And there is a late fee at this point to go into that. Likewise, if you have a firm license because of an LLC that was there that you use pass-through payment, you also had to renew that one, or it's no longer out there. So just FYI, if you didn't do that by the 30th, it's late and there's your instructions. Hey, so forms, my favorite topic over the last 2 months. The new ones are in place. There are a couple of new ones, period, like the land disclosure form. So that one, it technically started this week. So something we need to change our entire conversation around is like eradicating the word commission and saying the word compensation. So you're being compensated for the work and the job you do. Like you're not earning a commission or something extra, you're earning the compensation for the transaction. The other thing too is in your consultations, and I put consultations are key down at the bottom. They're not necessarily just paying for that one transaction either. They're paying for your 9 years of experience, your 5 years of experience, your 50 transactions you've had, the things you bring to the table as a whole. I know you have 60 days that you can use either form. Go ahead and use the form. Like if it's out there, go ahead and start using them. The reason I say that is typically if you've had someone already under agency and the forms rolled over in July 1st, you didn't have to renew anything or change it or make an alteration. You do this time. And the reason being, and that came out, what day did I post it? I was on vacation and I got scolded by Shay. I posted it for you that it said you do need to update that because they have to initial off that they understand this is the fee they're paying, right? So if you normally, we don't ask you to go in and say, hey, renew. I know you've signed with me once. We have to sign with me a second time. This time you are going to have to do that as of August 17th. Which is within the 60 days of using either form. So that's why I say you might as well just go ahead and use the forms that are new. Look in the bottom right-hand corner to make sure it says 724 revision. Yes.
Are they DocuSign?
Yes.
Does it affect,
Not everything.
so it affects anything that also might go under contract before that?
If it's going to close before that, no.
Okay.
No, and like you don't have to redo the new OTP, like you don't have to rewrite an OTP by the 17th.
But you'd have to read this.
Agency is the one, yeah, just agency by the 17th. It is not going to close by then.
So the email that came out yesterday from North Carolina Realtors talking about Form 715
Yeah.
is not in DocuSign.
The new forms are being uploaded.
Okay, most of them are there.
Yeah, there's a handful that I caught and 2 that I'm moving where they are. Like I'm moving PSD from, it's too early in the transaction, in my opinion. So we're moving it to later in the transaction because you don't know who they've hired until the end or closer to the end. So there are some things that are being added and some things that are being moved. I'm doing those edits this week, so I'll send it out when it's all there.
And then our sample copy of the offer to purchase is not updated.
Yeah, I'll make sure all that's there now that I'm back. So, don't wait. The new land disclosure form, and I challenged this back to North Carolina. There are not initial, it's a 4-page document and we don't have any documents that you don't initial the bottom of the page. So why do they complete a new document that doesn't have initials or signatures on page 1, 2, and 3? So as KWC, I'm asking and requiring for you to add a initial box at the bottom of 1, 2, and 3 of the land disclosure document. There is a signature on page 4. It will cover you much more than not having an initial in place if anything were to ever happen. So add that initial boxes on the land disclosure forms. I have, again, challenged it back and they said they agreed with me. It should be there, but it's not. It's already rolled out all over the state and they're not gonna, they don't change forms until July. So to me, I think that was a big miss. So
I have another question about if the land disclosure would need to be added for listings that may not show prior to that date.
So now, to me, I would add it now because it's July 1st. Might as well go ahead and add it to cover you. Otherwise, we had a situation this morning. I was working on a transaction with the agent. That's why I got here right at 12. With some land disclosure stuff that would have been settled had we wrote that prior to July 1st. The land disclosure form would have fixed all the problems we were having on June 28th. So
If you're gonna close land this week, do you need that?
no, if it's under contract, you're good. If it's just listed and out there, I would add it for your own safety. I would add it if it's out there. Now, is that a requirement? No, it's a new form, but I would say add it to cover yourself in anything ever would happen. And y'all know I'm 100% with you. I will fight tooth and nail for you. We just have to have our ducks in a row.
They have updated agency agreements as well, right?
Because of the compensation piece, yes.
So
Yeah.
just initialing at the compensation line?
That would be the biggest update, yes. That's the biggest update.
That form 715
We'll also do
will
that.
take care of what you've already got as agency agreements.
Correct.
Or you can have them sign the new.
So you can update that page like we often do. Hey, here's page 17. Everybody signed it. You can update that page. You can update 715, which will then address what those questions are, or you can just write into it either way. And all 3 of those are permissible. Here's the big deal. Do not write an offer. That's like headlights blaring coming at you like a train. You cannot write an offer without your client knowing if there is compensation coming from somewhere other than them. And that's the rule, is before you write an offer, your buyer client has to know if compensation is coming from anywhere other than themselves and the number amount. And I know I drilled in y'all as stated MLS. That's gone. It has to be a number. It's either a dollar amount or either it's a percentage. So that is a numerical entry on those lines. So,
So
like
and
what-
that's in the buyer agency agreement.
it is.
So that's no matter what, if you show them 10 properties, that's gonna cover all 10 of those properties.
It depends on the contract.
Depends on the contract.
Yeah, well, so that can't cover. You can't
Your-
just put it in the buyer agency agreement.
Yes, you can. The buyer agency is what you are charging the buyer to work on their behalf. Where that money comes from is what you have to disclose to them before they write an offer. If it's not coming from them and it's coming from somewhere else, you have to tell them what amount is coming.
And there's an upcoming class on what to say.
Yeah, so that's true. That's a plug for your class, Andrew. So the other thing is August 17th, you cannot show a home without an agreement to compensation in place or an agency in place. There are two ways to do that. There is a form that's on Zillow. Just forget that even exists. That is illegal in North Carolina and you are not covered with that form. So do not use that form. You are not covered 100% period with that form. So don't even waste your time. I know it's a one pager and it might feel good to fill out those blanks and be done. It's not. There's two forms that cover you. Non-exclusive agency, which means I'm working with any buyer's agent, not necessarily just you and not necessarily just KW. It's non-exclusive. But it's saying, and it's only 5 pages, if I show you this house on 123 Main Street, or whatever, you can continue working after that address. I'm just not committed to you solely. This is what my fee is to work with you that I charge you if I find you a house or if it's this house. 5 pages, non-exclusive.
the number?
I don't know numbers. I know
Is it in 2020?
that's been one forever.
Oh.
I know, it's not a new form.
Never knew.
Non-exclusive has always been there. We just don't use it typically. Because we want dedication to you, which is an exclusive buyer agency, which is the eight pages. The exclusive buy, the big thing there is there are initials that say, I understand that compensation rates are negotiable, initial. I also understand that what my fee is being charged to me as buyer. Not that and it says we will seek out all compensation that is possible from any other resource than you. However, if there is a difference initial, you are to pay the difference. So.
Any discussion or talk about, how we're going to, because you're not supposed to show a house without it.
Correct.
Is there gonna be any enforcement or any things that happen?
Yes,
How, have you heard?
yes, I have. I just was on a call before I went on vacation. So how that's happening, it's being policed by the MLS. When you go to book an appointment by showing time, it will say, do you have a buyer agency in place? And if you just answer yes, and they find out you don't have one, you're being turned into the commission. So the MLS and the showing time folks are policing that.
Triad just sent one out this morning that said that they'll kick you off MLS.
Yes.
They'll kick you off the MLS.
Yeah, there's actually repercussions based on different memberships,
So Triad sent-
whether they terminate your agreement to use their services or not.
Is this also with workers with real estate, working with real estate agents, both forms?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Why didn't you incorporate working with real estate agents into a buyer's agency agreement if you have to have one anyway?
yeah,
It's good call next year.
hey, if you want to volunteer for the forms committee, you have until July the 15th to apply. You
Where?
can be one of the folks that actually helps decide what changes are made every year. I'm over diversity for all 57,000 agents next year. So if you'd like to be on the diversity committee, I welcome you to join my committee. I want. And that's been posted on the Facebook a couple of times. It's also been sent out from hello@ncrealtors.org. So there will be plenty of opportunities for you to apply for any of the committees that you want to volunteer for. There's an image committee, a professional standards committee. There's a
Where do you apply?
ncrealtors.org or the Facebook group or the email that.
Okay.
So, yep, you just fill out an application, answer some questions, and they try to put you give your first, second, and third choice. They try to put you on a committee period somewhere. Almost always it's your first choice. So
When did they start contacting me back?
you will know by August. So before our meetings in August, you will know if you're on a committee. That's why the deadline's the 15th. Consultations. That is going to be the key to our future. Is in a listing consultation, you are having that conversation of how important buyer's agency is. How important it is that I don't know how long your house will be on the market if you don't offer compensation. All I know is historical data of folks that have houses that offer compensation. This is the days on market, right? You explain how important that having a separate representative on both sides that can coach and counsel and help facilitate the transaction to its completion success by compensating both agents. That's very important. And also back to the buyer consultations, just not flying over to their house and showing somebody, hey, I called, let's go see 123 Main Street and Pop Tart over there. You're actually understanding their needs. You know better than anyone how to set up a search. If they need a 3.2, 2.5, if they need a fence because of dog, if they need a 1/4 acre, if they want chickens and can be in the county or the city, like, you know, those things and can find out that stuff, right? That's your part of your value that you offer, that you get compensated for, not earning commission. So speaking of a high value, those are the things that set you apart from just a Pop-Tart that just goes and shows. So consultations are key, okay? And understanding where the money is coming from to pay the agent. Last but certainly not least, I saw Dudley walk in the room. Dudley and 2 other aides, if you submitted something yesterday, it was approved yesterday.
Oh, within seconds.
Oh, I'm glad.
Within seconds. And then I got.
It happened.
Like, it was real time. I want you to know, we have worked really hard on that. So, if you see anything else you need to come see me. If you have questions or concern, if you want to recap of forms, they did one yesterday on the Mobile Monday Facebook group. It's recorded and it's there. So if you don't like my video and watching me, go to the one on Mobile Mondays and watch the attorneys from North Carolina do it. If you have a question on a form, or if you have a question, period, you pay for membership into the Realtor Association. One of your resources is legal hotline at ncrealtors.org. Literally, we were on a call and there were attorneys there. They're like, oh, Jason, I knew exactly who you were. You send stuff all the time. And I did. Because I want to have you to have the right answers. So those are 2 resources that you have at your fingertips. Okay. Love you. If you need me, see me directly. I will help you with anything I can.
Hey, so we're running super late, so I'm just gonna furnish your land south if that's cool. Why don't y'all come up and Friday, the week ahead, keep an eye out, I'll shoot a video, tell you guys what's going on. It's newsletter. Yeah.
The opportunity will kind of officially speak to the point, but thank you to Daniel for kind of setting all this up. Fellow, you know, been on a number of years, graduated a very long time ago, when I graduated. And Claire lives in Burlington as well, but we both work at Furnish Land South. Show of hands, who's familiar with Furnish Land? Okay, you guys are really happy. So, August, I'll be there 22 years, talking about longevity and bringing value to the client. I love so many of the things you guys are saying. This is gonna be a win-win conversation for you as well as us. So we have an opportunity now that we're gonna be able to offer compensation, commission.
Thank
So this has been that really tough thing that we've tried to do for a number of years, is to build a relationship with realtors. We do business all over the world. We're the largest furniture store in the world. We have 1.3 million square feet of show space. We carry 1,500 different manufacturers. When COVID hit, lead times for furniture went crazy. We basically went to a year out. They were so fun. Expected 365 days later. We changed our business model a little bit. We actually have about $20 million in available inventory. So for clients that you are selling homes to, that need something quickly, we can have that answer for you. And for clients that want to, this is their forever home and they want it to be perfect, we can be that answer for you as well. We have design consultants that actually are able to space plan. You know, you guys are talking about being really creative before you kind of see those successes. Let us be that help. So when you go into an empty home and you're trying to sell that home, think about, like, you're always talking about, this is where the master bed's gonna be. This is your view, talking about focal points as you're walking someone through a home. We can really kind of help with those things. So this is just a little bit about us. Again, we are the largest furniture store in the world. We have complimentary design. We offer free white glove delivery. We're gonna bring everything in, set everything up. We're gonna do everything. And I know this is all post-sale. So we have a new legal team that has worked with the Realtors Commission of North Carolina as well as across the country. And basically, because this is a post-sale opportunity, you still are supposed to disclose this information to your client. But again, it's not contingent upon your sale. This is just another thing that you're offering. We've got amazing closing information that you can put in your closing packet, as just a little added benefit to your client to talk about all the things we do. We will change that pre-commission word right there to compensation. But basically, you're gonna have an opportunity to earn income when you send us referrals. A lot of people don't think that furniture is there yet, like, the furniture costs a lot, or you're not gonna get a lot of opportunity. You think about a house cost, how much money do people really spend on furniture, right? We will sell over $200 million this year in furniture. We have design consultants that sell over $1 million a year. We have design consultants that sell up to $4 million a year. We're working with builders. I've got a builder right now in South Carolina. We have this exact same program for his first commission, his first compensation check was.
I love it.
Was $17,000. Our design consultants work 100% commission. So we are vested in the process. We really want to make sure that we provide that value. So we're not everything to everyone. We are not rooms to go. We're not Facet. We're not that type of store. So again, we're going to bring a completely different level of quality in construction. We are used to having that value story that to our clients all the time. So there's a lot of similarities that we're going to have within our business to yours as well. So just some of the benefits that we offer, again, this goes back to the personal design. And then there's different things that you can do. And this is one of the packets that we're going to be able to provide you guys with. It just congratulates them on the purchase of their home. I like to say you guys sell houses, we make them a home. So we're going to take those added touch that really kind of pulls everything together. So you sell the bones of the architecture, we're going to bring everything together to really make it their home. And within this is actually a picture of our design center. So really, it's almost like walking into a library, you're gonna it finishes and fabrics and all of the beautiful things to pull everything together. And that's what Claire's gonna be able to help you with. And then these are some of the projects that we have worked on. And again, we deliver all over the world. So if you've got friends, you know, come and some big companies. You have friends that are in different states, let them know about what we're doing. And then there's a QR code on the back. That's where you can actually apply. You know, let Claire give you a little bit of information about what she does in design consultant. Yeah, so my name is Claire, like Luann said. First and foremost, I want to thank you for the time that you've given us this afternoon. I know we all have busy schedules, just like you guys do too. But I am Burlington, North Carolina raised. So we moved up here, my family and I, in 2001 when I was just a little girl. So this has really been home for me since then. I went to Smith Elementary, Turntine Middle, Southern Alabama High School, really kind of came up the ropes. I still live in the Southern Alabama area with my better half an hour, two sons, a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. So we are busy. Life is busy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And like Luann said, just like you guys, I work 100% commission. So I just want you to know that the design services that I provide to anyone, but potentially your clients, should you feel this opportunity and this program is a good fit for you, I am driven to find the right pieces for them, because I don't get paid if I don't close the sale either. So we've got everything, like she said, for in-stock product. We also have an outlet center. So everything in our outlet building is for sale off the floor and discounted for what it is. But you know, if you've got that high design client and they want something really special for their forever home, we can get into the nitty gritty of finding the perfect sectional or dining table where we can finishes and fabrics and really make it theirs, and make it unique. So those are kind of some of the things that I can do. I also just want you to know that you can trust your client with me. You know, no project is too big, no project is too small. So I may have someone hit me with a 5,000 square foot home that we got to do from start to finish and all the things, space the plan, find the right pieces, make presentations and recommendations. But I also help people who walk in and just need a sofa or a chair, or dining chairs to go with their existing table. So I welcome all opportunity, and I will also be your main point of contact. So should you have questions about the program, about how I can benefit your client, please don't hesitate to let me know. I've got plenty of business cards in the back, so please take one for yourself. If you have other agents who can make it today, if you think may be interested, please pass my information along. Or if you want to share it with me, that is fabulous too. So yeah, super excited about the opportunity, and thanks again.
Do you have that in digital form?
We can get it. We just thought this would be kind of a nice little thing for takeaway. The other great thing is we have about 150 design consultants from Connect out.
You just.
We have a couple of them, we have about 4 of them in the back, so I can pass those around or.
And you'll send those to us if we join the program?
Exactly right. So we will provide you with all of the resources that you need for the program. You can use that QR code to sign up. Just make sure you put Claire's name, in that sign up, column.
We'll send more information out to you guys. We'll get
This is
that.
We can send all of that. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns?
Yeah, and I'm around. I'm a Burlington girl, so if I need to drop more of those tactical materials off to you, if you're not a digital person, however you work, please just give me a buzz, let me know. I can bring all of them. to you.
One quick question.
Yeah.
You all are not in the staging business, are you?
We don't really. Now, we have a lot of builders that are now kind of coming up in this business as well, and they will come in and use our outlet center. So in our outlet center, we typically sell everything, anywhere from 30 to 40% off of retail. Our outlet center could be up to 80% off of retail. So we have a lot where you're getting really high quality furniture. We have builders who will come in and we will sell it to them on a cost plus basis. And then we can actually stage that home. We won't give it for free, but we'll sell it at a really reduced cost. Another benefit for you for signing up in the program, we're actually going to sell to you for your personal use. We're going to open it up to realtors so that you can witness and understand and see everything that we're about. We're going to offer you a cost plus program as well. So it's only for you for your personal use, not for your family and friends. But it helps you kind of go through the process of seeing everything that we are capable of doing. And if you have not visited us, we are in Jamestown. We're only 25 minutes. I live right off of Garden Road. I'm building right off of Paris Road and right off of Lake McIntosh. And it takes me 25 minutes to get to work. So we are right there, right up the street.
Thank you. Make sure you stop by and see them on your way out. One last announcement is Matthew Young is here from our insurance partner at Geico. He wanted to be with you all today. He has a quick word for you and then you are on the road.
Luckily, I'm a fast talker. I'm gonna be very brief. Last night I got a call about 8:45. I had the audacity to take a shower. While I was in the shower, the client called, agent called. She said, Matthew, my client's looking at a home that has a 19-year-old roof. What should I know? What should I be looking at? And I applauded her for getting involved because the last 30 clients, they didn't know what roof age they were working. And that tells me that discussion's not being had with you guys. Roof age is a critical issue now. So that being said, if the roof doesn't look brand new, you probably need to give me a call. Let's talk through it because I got out of the shower, pulled up the document, pulled up the inspection. You need a new roof. I'm gonna shoot straight with you. This is what 25 years of being in business with you, but that's why I'm available 10 o'clock every day of the year. So when you have questions about cement, I offer at 9 o'clock. That's what I'm here for. Guys, please, next time. Here. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.